All right, let's see. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Sunny. Quite a few other people still coming in. Good to have you here. Just a few notes. Make sure you grab the most important thing of your practice today, right? Grab your glass of wine. Other than that, make sure you have a block or perhaps a strap. If you don't have those on hand, you could use a towel as a strap. You could also use a book to serve in the place of a block. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and leave this here. Start off on our back, so coming to a supine position. You can allow the feet to come together for starters, knees wide, if that suits you early on. Otherwise, legs extend out long, hands just resting down by the sides. And then just finding that even breath flow here. Inhale in, exhale out. And if you're like me, maybe you have dogs or children or somebody else at home that may be trying to give you a little bit of love right now. Just noticing everything going around. See if you can just center yourself here to this. And then checking in. Are you holding any tension into the jaw, into the hands? Find that release. We'll take about 5 more deep breaths just like this. If the legs aren't already extended out long, draw them to the front of the mat. Extend the hands up and over the head, option to bind through the fingers. Just find that full body stretch. And on your exhale, drawing the right knee in towards your chest, you're gonna go ahead and grab a hold of your strap or your towel, otherwise placing the hands to the back of the thigh. You're gonna place the strap on the bottom of the foot if available, and just draw that leg in towards you, working to keep the chin at a neutral stance. And then lifting the shoulders on the inhale, see if you can walk your hands up a little higher. On the exhale, draw the leg in a little bit closer. Taking both ends of the strap to the right hand, left hand to your hip, draw the foot in, and then start to make that L shape as you rotate it out towards your right side. Working to keep that left hip completely grounded, maybe left palm rest down. Inner thigh engaged, draw that leg back through center. Holding onto the strap or the towel or the back of your thigh, just turn the toes over towards the left, allowing the heel to come towards up to the sky. And then draw back in through center one last time here, just curl in. And then we'll release whatever you're utilizing. Right leg extends down to the mat. We simply switch, curling that left leg in, utilizing whatever props available towards you, just reaching that leg up towards the sky. Allow the shoulders to lift, walk the hands up a little higher through the in-breath. Exhale draws you down, leg comes in close. And then both ends of the strap to the left hand, the leg curls in, and then it's out towards the left. Right hand resting on the hip if needed, just allowing that energy to pull you down. And then leg draws back in through center, drawing the foot just a few inches over towards the right. You're gonna find that IT band breathe. And then leg back in through center one last time, hold it in. And then releasing whatever prop that you have, if you have it, drawing both knees in towards the chest. Hold on to the shins, eyes meet the knees, curl into a nice ball. And then start to lean back. Extend your arms long or extend the legs long to a hover. Just hold, your shoulders stay lifted, breathe. You're finding that core engagement. Last 2. And last 1. Draw the knees in, drop the head, take a breath in. On the exhale, cross at the ankles. You come all the way up to a seated stance. Reaching the hands up towards the sky on the inhale. Through the exhale, it's right hand down, left hand reaches up and over. And then working back in through center, we just simply switch left palm down, right hand finding extension over towards the side. And then come back through center, sweep it up. On the exhale, palms top of the mat. You're gonna extend the legs back to a table, walking yourself back. We'll find cat-cow. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly, hold there. Exhale, round the spine, press the mat away. Same thing here. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly. Exhale, and we round. Last time, just like this. Inhale up, exhale, round away. And then finding that neutral spine, you're gonna tuck your toes, lift your knees up only to a hover. You're gonna start to feel that contraction of the core. Breathe. Keeping your left knee at a hover, extend your right leg long and straight. Hold there. And then you're gonna straighten the left leg, it's right knee to nose. And then bend the left leg, right leg to a hover. Same thing, straighten left, right knee to nose. Bend the left, right to a hover. Last time here. And then you find that left knee at a hover, right leg still extending long, stay. And drop the knee down to the mat. Curl the left toes out. It's modified side plank. Right foot grounds, reach your right hand up towards the sky. Finding some expansion, right hand up and over your option to look up or maybe down at that left palm. And then right palm travels back down to the mat. Square off at center. We tuck the toes. We're at a plank. Breathe. Shift the weight forward. Lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Lifting the chest up. Baby cobra. Maybe peeling the fingertips off the mat. And then exhale. Release. Sitting back onto the toes. Tuck your toes under. It's rabbit. Hips back towards your heels. And then we're going to lift high. It's downward facing dog. Pedaling from side to side. It's our first down dog hold. Just breathe here. And then finding some stillness, weight comes forward into a plank. We drop down to the knees and untuck our toes starting from the beginning. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly. Exhale and round. 2 more times. Inhale, it's up. Exhale, round away. Last time. And then finding that neutral spine, you're gonna tuck your toes, lift your knees up to that hover. Really spread the fingers wide. Nice long spine. Take your left leg, lengthen it out to a hover. And then right leg, it straightens as left knee bends, and then we switch. Same thing, right leg straightens, left leg bends, and then we switch. Last time here. And then take it to that hover, just hold it. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes, kick the foot out at an angle. It's modified side plank. Start with the left palm reaching up. And then reach it up and over your option to look down or up. And then left palm, reach it forward and then down to the mat. Tuck your left toes, right toes meet it. You're at a plank. Shift it forward, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Maybe you stay in that baby cobra shape, just lifting your fingers. Maybe you start to lift up a little bit higher. But make sure you're not clenching into the glutes, shoulders, relax down. And then we release. It's rabbit, tuck the toes, hips back towards your heels. To downward facing dog. Pedaling from side to side just as before. Find that movement, find that weight shifting. And then looking at the top of the mat, you're gonna walk all the way forward into a forward fold. Bending into your right leg, right palm, press down. Take your left hand and reach it up towards the sky. Find that revolve shape, shift some weight forward. And then switch it. Left knee bends, left hand down, right hand reach it up towards the sky. And then release it. Holding on to the opposite elbows, take a little bend through the knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Maybe just sway from side to side, nodding the head, yes, no, maybe so. Last 2, just like this. And then release any bind that you have, find a deeper bend in the knees, come all the way up to stand. Keep the hands long by the sides. It's Tadasana, close your eyes. Find that breath flow here. Full inhale, full exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Fluttering the eyes open, reach the hands up towards the sky, inhale in, exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift and lengthen, palm the mat, step right foot back, step left foot back. Plank to hold. Shift it forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, hold it there, drop your right foot, look over your left shoulder. And then switch it over to the opposite. Come back to center, utilize the core, tuck the toes, we lift, downward facing dog. One more time, just like this. Hop or step your way to the top of the mat. Keep the knees, come all the way up into stand. It's Tadasana. Close your eyes. 2 full breaths. Last one. And then throwing eyes open, reach the hands up. Inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift. Palm the mat, stepping left foot back, right foot back. Shift it forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Drop your left hip, look over the right. And then over to the opposite. And then come back to your center. Utilize the core. Tuck the toes. It's downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Full inhale in. On the exhale, it's knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Back knee grounds down. Keep the back toes tucked under. Hands are going to come to your hips. Push them down. So you're finding a little bit more engagement here. A nice long crown here. Tuck your hips under. And then keep pushing down. Lift the back knee up. So utilizing that force here, work against it. Sweeping the hands up towards the sky. Notice the different high crescent. And then left palm inside of the foot. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. We revolve. Back knee drops down. Untuck the toes. Reach and grab a hold of the back foot. It's accessible. Drawing the weight forward. You have that block. You can place it under your left palm. Think about rolling the right shoulder blade back. Releasing the back foot if you have it. Both hands straddle your front leg. Shifting weight back. Flex the toes up towards the sky. Find an inhale. Exhale, we release. And then bending into the right leg, tuck your back toes. We meet at chair. Left leg meets the right. Sweep your hands up towards the sky. Weight should be to the heels. Back should be nice and flat. And then exhale, fold and release. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palm the mat, option to hop or step it back. Chaturanga, elbows bent. It's upward facing dog, lift the chest. And downward facing dog, lift it high. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. It's knee to nose, hug it in. Step the foot in between the hands, keep the back toes tucked. It's hands to the hips, encourage it down. Tuck the right hip under. And then keep pressing the hips down to start to use that opposition. Back knee starts to lift against the force. Reaching the hands up towards the sky, check in with the difference there. And then right palm inside of the foot, reach your left hand up towards the sky. It's a revolve stance, look up. Dropping the back knee down, untuck your toes, option to grab hold of the back foot. Block is there if you need it. It's underneath that right palm. Releasing the back foot if you have it, both hands straddle the left. Start to straighten up the left leg, toes up towards the sky, find the length, and then fold and release it. And then bending into the left leg, tuck the back toes. You're back at chair, but listen, separate the feet hip distance apart. Take your hands and bring them out in front of you. Elbows are gonna rest on the top of the thighs. Sink your hips far and back, weight to the heels. We hold here. How many breaths are we holding, guys? We'll call it 3 more. See if you can sink 1 inch slower. If you don't feel that shake, you're not low enough. Last one. And then palm the mat, straighten out the legs. Halfway lift, find that breath in. Exhale, palms to the mat. Option to hop or step it back, bend elbows, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Bend the knee, stack and open now. Just find that knee rotated up. Press your chest back, hold there. And then it's knee to nose, roll it in. Inhale to extend it up. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Side crescent, and we rise. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, warrior 2. Heel to heel alignment. Peaceful warrior. Reach forward and then back. Left hand, back leg, right hand up and over. And then modified side angle. Elbows to thigh. Reach your left hand up and over your ear. Notice the difference here. If you take your left hand to your hip, roll it open. Roll the left shoulder blade back. Left hand inside of the foot, lift the back heel, we twist, right hand, you're up. Right hand outside of the foot, send the back leg forward, it's pyramid, chest to thigh. And then grounding through your right leg, left leg meets your back at chair. Reach the hands up. Handstand at prayer, we twist over to the right. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the thigh, working to keep the hips nice and low. Come back there, center, extend the hands up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, palm the mat. Maybe you just step it back, right? Take your vinyasa here, chaturanga, upward facing dog. High and back, downward facing dog. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. We bend the knee, we stack just as before. Open that hip. Through the exhale, it's knee to nose. We close off. Inhale to extend it up. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. High crescent, and we rise. Warrior two, open up. Heel to heel alignment. Make sure you're not rocking the weight forward. Peaceful warrior, reach it forward, gather length, and then reach it up and back. Modified side angle, elbow to thigh, right hand up and over. So it's a little easier to see here. Maybe you take your hand to your right hip, just roll it open, roll the right shoulder blade with you, and then reach that hand, right hand over the ear. Right hand comes to the inside of the foot, back heel lifts, left hand up towards the sky, twist. Left hand outside of the foot, send the back leg forward. It's pyramid, chest to that left side. And then meet the right leg to the left. We fold into chair, bend the knees, sweep the hands up towards the sky. Handstand at prayer, twisting over to the left this time. Hips stay low, you're gonna get that nice quad engagement. Come back there, center, reach the hands up. Exhale to fold, you know where to go. Halfway lift, palm the mat, option step, or hop it back. It's chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And we're back, downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reaching up towards the sky, bend the knee. You have the option to flip into wild thing, so left leg stays nice and straight. Right leg is bent, reach the opposite hand up and over your ear. And then if you met that way, come back through center. Right palm to the mat, extend that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot in between the hands. Back heel down, warrior two. Peaceful warrior, reach it up. Side angle, option to use a block here. Maybe it's palm to the mat. Maybe it's just hand holding onto the ankle if you don't have those props. Reach your left hand up and over the both hands inside of the foot, back heel lifts, we twist. Right hand outside of the foot. All this is familiar. Send that back leg forward, chest to thigh. Adding on, grounding through the right leg, lift your left leg long. It's grounded warrior three. Look at the back toes, make sure they're pointed down. Now right hand, keep it down on the floor, maybe take your fingers. Start to peel that left hip open. It's half move. Option to keep your left hand on your hip, or maybe reach it up towards the sky. Last two. Left palm meets the right, it's kundalini, we stack it. Take your left foot, curl it in towards the glute as hard as you can. Stork knee to nose as we rise, find that pivot point, reach the hands up towards the sky. And then left leg meets the right, it's chair twist over to the right. Maybe you find some expansion here. Those of you that want more, take it. Otherwise, you stay here. We'll hold for 3 more breaths. Last one. Come back there, center, reach the hands up towards the sky. And then take your elbows to the thighs. We hold. Take your palms and press them together. Now press, press, press. See if you can just separate the fingers, but not the palms. You're engaging through the hands. 2 more. And then we fold and release it out. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palms to the mat. It's your vinyasa, your way. We meet at downward facing dog. And then left leg. Reach it up towards the sky, bend the knee. You have the option to flip into wild thing. Just as before, right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Flip and lift. Transition back there, center. If you flipped, take the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Warrior two as we open. Looking past the left fingertips. Peaceful warrior, reach it back. Side angle, it could be hand to the mat, could be hand to the shin or a block. Opposite hand, reach it up and over your ear. Find that expansion. Both hands inside of the foot, lift your back heel. Right hand down, left hand up. Left hand outside of the foot, send the back leg forward, chest to thigh. Grounding through the left leg, it's grounded warrior three. Back leg lifts. Look at the toes, make sure they're pointed down. Now left palm stays down. Option to tip your fingers. Start to lift that right hip up. Maybe right hand to the hip, just finding that space. Maybe right hand up towards the sky. Kundalini, take your right knee and stack it behind your left. Round the palms at first if you need to. Then lift the palms, press them in towards one another. And then it's knee in towards the nose. Lots of engagement through that flat right leg and left. Hands up towards the sky, you're at store. And right leg meets the left chair. Hands still at prayer, twisting over towards your left. Option to play here, maybe it's expansion. It could just be a hold. Last 2 breaths. And then come back through center. Keep the hips nice and low. Drop your elbows to the top of your thighs. Press the palms together. You're separating at the fingertips. Palms nice and clasped. Just open up. Last 2. And then exhale to release and fold. Halfway lift. Hands down. Chaturanga. Your way, your vinyasa here to downward facing dog. Last few breaths here. And last one. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky, bend the knee. You have that option to flip once more here. If you want it, lift the hips up nice and high. Big transition. If you flipped, right palm to the right knee, right elbow, touch it and hold it steady. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Set the foot in between the hands. It's peaceful warrior. Window all the way up and back. Side angle optional bind. Right hand under, left hand over. Can you roll that left shoulder blade back? Maybe just use blocks. Maybe just release that arm. Both hands inside of the foot, back heel lifts. Left hand down, right hand high. This should be very familiar. Right hand outside of the foot, pyramid. Half moon, weight into that front leg. So to lift that back leg up first, then rotate it. Right palm down, left palm up towards the sky. Option, maybe you grab hold of that back foot here if accessible. Roll that left shoulder blade open. If you have that back foot, release it. Left palm maybe travels to the mat or just meet the hands in at prayer. It's Kundalini. Now here's your challenge. Take your left foot and bring it all the way over to the right. Tuck the toes. Drop your palms down to the mat. And now find that stretch. Left palm down, it's right palm up. Right palm travels down to the mat. Take your left knee in towards the nose. It's stork. Extend all the way up. Find that balance, knee in. Right hand outside of that left leg. Left hand comes behind you. And then come back to center, to the hands up towards the sky. Left leg stacks on top of the right. Krishna's dance. So left knee is on top of the right knee. And we fold. Just drop your chest down. Breathe instead. Last 2. And last one. Take your left leg and unthread it from the top of the right. Halfway lift. Palms down. Step it back. It's chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Taking the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Bend the knee. You have that option to flip here. Same thing. Otherwise, you're just finding a nice opening for your hip. Wherever you are, it's left knee, left elbow. Touch it and hold. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Set the foot in between the hands. It's peaceful warrior. Right hand back leg, left hand over. Side angle, maybe it's a bind, maybe it's not. You find that right shoulder blade nice and open. Both hands inside of the foot. Lift your back heel and twist. Left hand high. Left hand outside of the foot. Sending that back leg forward, chest to thigh. And then ground through your left leg. You're making that transition into half moon. Back leg lifts, then it's left palm down and right hand open. We want to protect the lower back. Half moon. If you want that bind here, you know what that looks like. Grab hold of the foot, roll that right shoulder blade back. Releasing the right leg. If you have it, right palm and left palm meet or hands ground, it's Kundalini. Now taking that right foot, thread it all the way over towards your left. Drop the palm, sink the hips nice and low, like you're bowling. Right palm to the mat, left palm to the sky. You're twisting into that left hip. Sink it nice and low. Left palm comes back down. Draw right knee to nose, square off, and then come all the way up. Extend the hands up towards the sky. Left hand outside of that right leg. Right hand comes behind you. It's a twist. Back there, center, reach it out. Right leg stacked from top of the left. Krishna stands, right knee over the left, and then we fold. Chest lowers. Last one. Grounding through your left leg, right leg just threads off, halfway lift, palms to the mat, option to hop or step it back. It's chaturanga. Upward facing dog to child's pose. Toes come to touch the knees wide, hips are back towards your heels. Find that full body stretch, find that full breath. Last few. And last one. When you're ready, palm the mat. You're going to shift weight forward, tuck your toes, lift the hips high. It's downward facing dog. Walking all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Deep bend the knees, come all the way up to stand. Tadasana. Close your eyes. The heart rate's a little elevated. Can you slow it down here for just a moment? Last two. And then flooding the eyes open, reach the hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift. Palm the mat. Step it back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Lift it up. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. We stay at center. It's right knee, right elbow. Some of you may want to fly. Otherwise, you hold. Take the foot rather than letting it hover. Lift it out in line with that shift. Reach the leg up towards the sky. Set the foot in between their hands. Wide-legged forward fold. So rather than give you a booty shot, wide-legged forward fold. Drop your head down. Maybe reach your hands to the back of the mat or for the ankles. Upside down yogis, this could be a great opportunity to play. Otherwise, you just hold, let the head drop. Last two. Those of you that are upside down, very, very slowly start to make your way out. Finding that halfway lift and lengthen wherever you are. You're going to take your right toes and turn it to the front of the room and then bend into that knee. Right palm is down, left palm reaches up. So you're at side angle, optional bind here. Some of you may want to move into bird of paradise. Left foot grounds. Find that balance, lifting the right leg up, exiting that right leg out long. All just options of where to go. Otherwise, you're just simply here or you're here. One more. If you're in bird of paradise, if you have a bind, release it. Both hands inside of the foot, lift your back heel. Left hand down, right hand up. Right hand outside of the foot, pyramid. Each time, chest a little lower, a little bit further down. Grounded warrior 3 into what you guessed, half moon. Right hand down, left hand up. Option for the bind if you haven't already taken it. Otherwise, just stay. Now, here's your challenge. Left palm to the mat. You're going to take the left toes, tap them over to the right, and then extend it into half moon. Tap it over to the right. Use your core, not your lower back. Open the knee up to the side. One more time. Tap it over to the right, and then open and stay, and then find that kundalini. Stack the hips, stack the knees, hands come to prayer. Draw the knee in towards the nose. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Option at this point, hand the outside of the foot or outside of that thigh. Reach your left hand back. And then you're going to take your left leg and bend it, come back through center, holding onto the foot if you still have it, or holding onto that leg. You're going to stack it on top of the right for a figure 4. Hands come to prayer. 3 squats. Down and nice and slow up. It's down and nice and slow up. One more time. Shaking like me. Down and hold. Option to draw your hands to the mat. Those of you that have an arm balance and want to play with that, feel free. If your hips are really tight, just draw them back on that diagonal. One more. And then everybody lifts up halfway to thread that left leg over the right. And then we fold. Very familiar posture. Take your hands and walk them all the way over towards that right side. So now we're facing what was the back of the room. Forward fold. Walk your hands all the way to what is now the top of the mat. You're at a plank. 2 more breaths. And then you're going to drop down to the right elbow. You're going to drop down to the left elbow. Some of you may be turning off the screen at this point. Some of you may be grabbing a glass of wine. Honestly, if that's what you're doing, by all means do that. If you want to stay here with me, we stay and we hold. Now press the heels forward and press the heels back. It's forward and back. It's forward and back. Last one. Hold it back. Drop all the way down to the belly. Keep the elbows where they are. Just gaze it forward. Look over the right shoulder. And then look over the left. And then come back through center. Keep your chest lifting, my dog, Kevin. Drop your chest down. Reach your arm down into a cactus. Lift your legs up. And then you're going to take your arms. Reach them out in front of you. Palms into the midline. And then open palms face down. So arms reach long. And then out to 90. Lower body stays nice and still. Last one, hold it in everything. Now you lift and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it up and then release it. Hands come underneath you like a pillow. Bend the knees, just sway the legs from side to side. And then come back to center, extend your legs out long. Take your hands and reach them back behind you. Interlace the fingers, try to get the palms to touch. Roll the shoulder blades down, lift your legs, lift your chest. Same thing, it's a hold. Can you just look down here, find the length? And then just swim the legs. Swim, 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 swim. That's 5. That's 4. That's 3. That's 2. And that's 1. We release. Hands coming underneath you. Maybe the chest, rest down, head down. Sway the legs from side to side. And then come back to center. Tuck your toes under. Bring your hands underneath your chest. You're going to lift up onto your knees first and then send your weight back. So it's rabbit. Hips back towards your heels. And then pressing through your palm, keep the toes tucked under. We lift the way forward into a plank. Chaturanga, shift it forward. It's down, it's all the way up. It's down, it's all the way up. Last one, chaturanga, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Walking to what is now the front of the room. Keep the knees, come all the way up to stand. Nice and slow. Let your head drop. One more. And then finding the breath, reach the hands up, inhale, we just rinse it out. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Palms to the mat, hop or step it back. It's chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and we love this chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left leg, reach it up towards the sky. It's knee, left elbow, option to fly. But think about the leg. Can you lift it up rather than let the toes drop down? Take the leg, extend it up towards the sky. Set the foot in between the hands. We turn wide-legged forward fold. So it's just like before, right? If you want to find a little bit more through the shoulders, through those twists, take your right hand and keep it down. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. And then switching over to the opposite, if you took that left palm down, right palm up. And then release. Just hang out for a moment. Feel this space. Maybe sway the legs from side to side. Last 2. And then halfway lift, turn your left toes to face what is now the front of the room. Bend the knee, it's side angle with your bind. If you want bird of paradise, you know what that looks like. Otherwise, you stay and you hold. If you have bird of paradise, slowly with control, transition your way out. Try not to rush you. Those of you that have a bind, slowly start to release it. Left palm to the mat, right palm meets it, back heel lifts. Right hand down, left hand up towards the sky. Left hand outside of the foot, send the back leg forward, pyramid, chest up back. Grounded warrior 3 first. Protect the lower back in the half move. Left hand down, right hand reaches up towards the sky. And then finding that curtsy stance. So take your right hand, drop it. You bend your left leg, protect the lower back, tap the right toes over to the left, and then open it out at center. Tap to close, and then open. One more time. Then open, now stack it. Kundalini, hands can come to prayer. You're thinking about that left leg, nice and bent. It should be shaking. It should feel very strong. And then right knee curls in. Reach your hands up towards the sky. Same as before. Left hand maybe outside of that foot. It could just be outside the knee here. Right hand is back. You have that strap or you have a towel as well. So maybe you utilize that. One more. Coming back through, so if you have the foot, bend into the knee. Now we stack that right leg on top of the left. Hands come to prayer. It's 3 squats. Nice and slow. Down and up. Nice and slow. Down and up. Last time, down and hold it. Option to drop your hands down. For those of you that want to practice an arm balance, by all means. If your glutes are killing you because you've been, like me, riding the bike a lot, you stay here, you find that nice stretch. Last one. Lifting up halfway, and you're gonna take your right leg and thread it over the left. Drop your chest and fold. Walk your hands, it's a circle over towards your left side. And now we're facing what was the front of the room. If you fell out, that's all right. We all meet right here. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, you're out of plank. And we breathe. Take your right elbow to the mat. Take your left elbow to the mat. I know, it's the last one, it's the last one. Take your right knee, draw it in and extend. Left leg, you're in and you're out. To the right, to the left. We just go slow. Each time you feel that contraction, don't give up on me here. Whatever aggression you're starting to feel, can you just release that out here on the mat? Maybe it's towards what we're doing now. Maybe it's towards something completely different. You got one more set in you. To the right, and then to the left. Extend it back and hold. And then release the belly down. Keep the elbows where they are. Just peel the chest through. Look over the left shoulder. And then look over the right. And then come back through center. Slowly lower the chest down. Reach your hands back without a clasp. Fingers face back, palms in. Lift the legs up. Keeping the gaze down here. And you're going to take your legs, bend them toes tap, and then extend out to hip distance. Bend to toes tap, and then extend. You're working to keep the thighs lifted. Last one. Just extend and hold it. See if you can lift up 1 inch higher. And then release it. Hands come underneath you, sway the legs from side to side. And then come back through center. You're going to take your legs and reach them out long. For those of you that want to practice bow, by all means. Otherwise, work a little bit more into the shoulders. Reach your hand back. See if you can clasp opposite elbows. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Lift the legs up. By having your arms on your back, you're creating a little bit more weight. So you're having to work against that. Last two. And then release it down. Hands come underneath you. We sway it out. It's side to side. And then come back through center. Extend your legs out long. Tuck the toes. Hands come by the chest. Elbows roll back. Shoulders back. Sit back onto your heels. Just get into the lower back for a moment. And then shift the weight forward into a plank. Last three, just like this. Shift it forward. It's chaturanga down. And then you're up. It's chaturanga down. And then you're up. Last one, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, drop down to the knees. Untuck your toes. Grab either a glass of water or something a little bit better. Enjoy yourself here for a moment. Settle in wherever you are, wherever that stance is. Just find some beauty in your space. Right now, I'm drinking a nice glass of Pinot Noir, and that's perfect. Last two breaths here. Turn the palms down. You just need to feel a little bit more grounded today. Turn the palms up. You need a little bit more energy. And last one. And then fluttering the eyes open if they're closed. Take your palms to the top of the mat if you're done with your wine. Tuck the toes under and lift the hip side, downward facing dog. Walk all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Demon knees, come all the way up to stand. All right, so we made it. Right leg, you're gonna stay grounded. Left leg is stacking on top. You're back at that figure four. Hands kind of prayer, so get nice and low. Now we add a twist aspect. Left palm is down, right palm reach it up towards the sky. Notice if the hips are starting to pivot over to the left. Try to keep them in that center, find that nice rotation. If this is too much, just rest your hand on that right hip. Last one. And then drop that right palm down. You're gonna come all the way back up. It's stork. Extend the hands up towards the sky, find your balance. Holding onto the bottom of the foot, it's a little bit more Ashtanga style. Extend that leg out in front of you. This is too much, guys. It's just here. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then draw the knee into the chest. Take it all the way to the back of the mat. Keep your hands reaching back behind you. Chest is on that diagonal. And then drop the palms. Left palm stays down. Right palm reaches up towards the sky. It's side plank. Stack your right leg on top of your left. Find that nice rainbow arch through your hips without that right hip pulling too far back. And then take the right hand, reach it up and over your ear. Draw the elbow and the knee at center. Just tap it and hold it. Step the right foot to the edge of the mat. Left leg meets it, Malasana. I'm going to give you a moment just to stay here. Find a nice stretch. It could be side to side, swaying through the hips. If your hips are quite tight, turn the toes out a little bit further. Last. And then you're going to take your right palm back behind you, left palm right behind you. Drop your hips. Take your legs and reach them out in front of you so that the knees are together at 90 degrees, toes are together. Reach your hands out in front. Just try to keep the knees in towards the chest. And then you're going to take your hands to prayer, heart center, lean back, extend the legs out long. Now, left elbow, right knee, and then we switch. We switch and we switch. Those of you at home who've been eating all those quarantine snacks, here's your moment. Last few. And then we start exactly as we did in the beginning. Extend the legs out long, reach your hands long, breathe and stay. For 5, 4, 3, 2, knees into the chest, and we release. Stacking that right ankle over the left, come all the way up to seated. Reach your hands up, see if you have more space this time. Right hand down, left hand over. And then we switch over to the opposite. Left palm down, right palm reaches up and over. And then come back here, center, reach the hands up. Palms come to the top of the mat. Tuck your toes. See if you can just hop the back, bend elbows, roll it through. Upward facing dog. And then come back, downward facing dog. Walking all the way to the top of the mat. It's the last side like this. Deep bend the knees. Come all the way up to stand. You're at that Tadasana. Running through with the left leg now. Right leg. Stack on top on your figure 4. Hips are nice and low. Left leg is down. Right leg is on top. Hands to prayer. We squat it down. You're going to find your twist. When you're ready, open it up. Last one. Lowering that top hand down to the mat. Square it off at center. Draw the knee into the nose. Come up to stand. So just as before, you could hold into the foot. You could just extend that leg out long in front of you. Just find your balance, breathe. And then draw the knee into the chest. Take it all the way to the back of the mat. Keep your hands reaching back behind you. Chest on the diagonal. And then right palm to the mat. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. And it's side plank. Left leg stacked on top of the right. Get that nice arch here. Take your left hand, reach it up and over your ear. Elbow and knee at center. Tap and hold it. Set the left foot to the corner of the mat. Right foot meets it, Malasana. Those of you that want to play with crow, crane, Titibhasana, you know what those are if it's already in your practice. Otherwise, you stay here. Think about hugging those knees in as elbows press it out. One more. Taking your left palm back behind you, you know where it's going. Right palm comes back behind you. Drop down to the glutes. Knees come together. Toes extend out long. Reach your hands out in front of you. Take a breath in. Knees in. Exhale, we lean back. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come back. Sterling loves this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Extend back and hold. Right over left, left over right. Right over left, left over right. And then release. Draw the knees into the chest. Drop your head down. You made it. Take your left shin and stack it on top of the right. Come up to seated. We start to slow everything down. Left arm down. Right hand reach it up and over the ear. And then just switch it. Right palm is down. Left palm is over. And then come back here. So to reach the hands up. Palms come to the top of the mat. Option to hop it back. Bend elbows first. Roll it through. Upward facing dog. And then hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Taking the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. It's pigeon. Right knee, right wrist. Lower down to the back leg, untuck the toes. You can take this posture on your back. Otherwise, stay just like this. If you want a little bit more, it's right arm forward. It's left arm underneath it. Drop down to the shoulder. We hold just like this. See if you can get the heart rate to slow. Last 4 full breaths. If you're in a twist, start to come back up through center. Use your core to get there. Tent the fingers at the top of the mat and just lift your chest up. And then you're going to drop onto the right glute. Keep the right foot in towards you, so slide it in if you need to. You're going to thread the left leg over. Sit up nice and straight. Right hand reaches up. Hold into the outside of the thigh so you can get the glute as well. Left hand comes behind. Twist and look back. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale to twist a little deeper. And then come back to your center. Keep the right leg as it is. Left foot meets the right. So you're in this nice little diamond shape of the legs. Sit up nice and straight, holding onto the ankles, pull the chest through, and then just start to fold forward to your degree. It could be just like this, and that's totally fine. I'm going to stay just like this with you guys. For those of you that are here, this is where I'll stay with you. Last 3. And then come back up wherever you are. Hands come behind you, feet to the mat, knees to the sky. We drop the knees to the right, and we drop the knees to the left. So over to the right side. And then it's all the way over to the left side. Come back through center, crossing at the ankles. We roll forward into a table and meet on downward facing dog. Those of you that want to take a vinyasa to rinse that out, by all means, do so. Otherwise, just pedal out through the heels, get a little bit of movement in. And then when you're ready, it's pigeon over to the left. Left leg high, draw the knee to the top of the mat, back leg lowers down. If you want that twist, it's left hand forward, right hand threads under. If you took it on your back on the other side, do so here. And last 4 full breaths. And slowly start to come back in through center. Lifting the chest here, tent the fingertips. You're going to drop onto the back knee, and you're going to curl that left foot in towards you. Take your right leg and stack it over. So the right knee is up. Take your left hand, reach it high, and just thread it around. Right hand comes behind. Find an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist a little deeper. Look back. And then come back through center. Keep your left leg where it was. Just unthread the right. So you're back at this diamond shape. Now send your hips back so you have at least forearms distance, if not a little bit more. Hold onto the ankles, extend through the crown, and then exhale, we fold to whatever your degree is here. Could be here, just like I said before, or it could be here. Everyone is going to be a little bit different. Last. And then come back up, hands come behind you, feet to the mat, knees to the sky. Drop the knees over to the left side, and then drop the knees over to the right side. One more time, it's over to the left, and then it's over to the right. Back through center with the knees. Keep the legs at nearly a 3/4 bend. Hands are back behind you. You're going to drop your hips towards your heels, and then bend back into the top of your shoulders. If you create a little bit more weight to the right, you're going to feel a little more there. Same over to the left. So play with that. Maybe it's a little bit movement, but just make sure the fingers are facing forward. And then pressing firmly into the palms like you're trying to grip the mat. You're going to lift your hips up and then send them all the way back through the arms. Flex them. Keep your right leg where it is. Take your left foot to the mid-side. It's Jani Sushasana. Reach the hands up towards the sky. On the exhale, we fold towards that extended right leg. However far works for you. You have that strap, you have a block, you have maybe a towel. So feel free to use that here however suits you. And then come back up through center, left hand to the outside of your left boot. Roll onto the left knee, reach your right hand up and over your knee. And then drop the hips down. We just simply switch it. It's left leg forward, right foot to the inside. Rotate left shoulder back, right forward, sweep the hands up. And then we fold. Option to use props here just as before. And then come back up through center. Use your core. Right hand outside of the right glute. Roll onto the right knee. Reach your left hand up and over your. And then drop it down. You're going to take your left foot and spread it over to that right corner of the mat. And you're going to do the same with the right on the back edge. So finding that straddle shape, sit up nice and straight. And on the exhale, just start to walk forward. You could be on your elbows here. You could stay up on your palms. But you go however far works for you and drop your chest down. We're going to hold this for about 5 more breaths. So as we start to work through the hips, you may find some tension that's there, right? We're all experiencing a lot of different things right now, stress, anxiety, fear, anger, whatever it is. A lot of those things will get brought up as we move through these final postures. So I invite you to just let those things go, acknowledge them for what they are, and just know that you're in control of where you are currently. You're in control of how you experience things. 2 more breaths. And you're going to slowly walk your hands back in towards you. Take your right hand to the outside of your right leg, meet it over to your left. You're going to take that left ankle and stack it on top of the right. So left ankle's on top of the right, feet are at the right corner of the mat. Bring your hips to the middle of the mat, and then reach your hands forward. You're still having those legs on the diagonal, lower it down. Reach your hands up and over and walk your shoulders over to the same side as your right and left leg. Reaching the hands up overhead, creating that O shape of the arms. Give you a little bit more into side body. And then come back through center. Drop your ankles over towards the left corner of the mat. So right ankle stacks on top of the left. Hips stay at the middle. Reach your hands up. Walk the shoulders over towards that left side. And then come back through center with the shoulders. Releasing the bind of the legs. Bring the feet to the mat. You're going to hold onto the shins. Just release the lower back. We took quite a few folds here. Just draw the knees in, sway from side to side. And we'll drop the knees over towards the left. So be mindful of what's around you. Arms will come out and see if space doesn't allow, arms are in cactus. And then come back through center with the knees. Drop them over towards the right side. Arms still out in that T. Look to your left. And then come back through center. Take your left leg, extend it long, holding onto the outside of the right foot or peace fingers to big toe. It's half happy baby. Working to draw that right shoulder blade down, encouraging right knee towards the and you can stay just like this or extend the leg out on the diagonal. You just want a little bit more through inner thigh. Notice how my dogs only come when it's the leg down part, right? That's like the best part. And then you're going to release that right leg and then meet it over to the opposite side. Holding onto your left leg, option peace finger to big toe, maybe hand to the outside of the foot. Just encouraging that leg down here. And then taking the leg extended out if that suits you. Otherwise, just keeping the knee bent. and then come back through center. Our final posture, drawing both knees in, full happy baby. If you just want to lengthen the legs up, you have hip issues like me, hands can rest underneath you, diamonding. It's just going to take a little bit of pressure out of your hip flexors. It's a great posture for times when you feel a little bit out of control and just need to slow the heart rate and slow your breathing. Blood moving away from the feet towards the rest of the body. We will end just like this with a little bit of breath work. So inhale to the count of 4, pause at the top. Exhale to the count of 4, pause at the bottom. Beginning that same cycle over and over. And then finding one more round of breath just like this. Then you're going to slowly start to lower the knees into the chest, holding on to the shins, eyes meet the knees. Curl into a nice ball here. Take a full breath in. And on the exhale, extending everything out long for your Shavasana. Closing your eyes, option for palms to rest up or maybe palms down. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears. And very gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, allowing some movement back into the body here. And then take a full body stretch. Reach the hands up and over your head, find some length. And then rolling over onto your side, taking your time to get there, allowing your head to rest in your arm like a pillow. And then pressing into your palms, coming up to a seated position, closing your eyes, hands in prayer at heart center. Take this last moment, find gratitude for the ability to be present. Find gratitude for what you do have control over. And then drawing the hands to third eye center. The light in me sees and honors the light in me.